My name is Craig Irby Jr., and I run a small music production business out of my home. It's called Irby Music Recording and Production LLC. A client reached out and asked me to produce an R&B instrumental for them, and I think it'd be fun to document the process, so why don't you join me? For this instrumental, we'll be tracking everything live. I made a list here, and I think it'd be good to start with the drums, so let's go to the kick. I've made the decision to track the drums individually instead of the entire drum set at one time. This will allow me to have some more control. I'm using 4 microphones on the kick drum. That'll give me some options. On the inside of the kick, I've got an Audio-Technica AE2500, which is a dual element microphone. It has both a condenser and a dynamic. On the batter head, I have a Shure SM81. And in front of the kick, I have a large diaphragm Neumann TLM49. I have all the microphones set up, but before I begin tracking, I want to make sure everything's dialed in. I subscribe to the philosophy that it's better to capture things the way you want them to sound on the way in, versus trying to fix them in the box later. Okay, so I took some time getting things dialed in. I have all of the microphones running through a WA412, which is an API clone preamp. And I've decided to go with a combination of the AE2500, which is the microphone inside of the kick, and the Shure SM81 on the batter head. Haven't decided whether I'll use the dynamic, condenser, or both, but I guess I'll figure that out in the mixing stage. A technique I've been using a lot lately is taking the batter and the kick pedal off of the kick drum and using a yarn-wrapped mallet instead. I seem to get better dynamic control this way. Next up we have the hi-hat. I find it helpful to rig up multiple microphones sometimes just so that I have options. Usually I have everything prepared in my mind prior to recording, so it's really easy for me to separate all of the drum parts. Once I've performed everything in my mind, I'll improvise a little bit just so that I have some diversity in content. Next up is snare here. Interesting, I'm using this shell shaker as well as some snaps to combine with the rim of the snare. It's a nice, crunchy, interesting sound, I think. Shaker. It's always nice. Hand drums. Rain stick. Some more shakers, some bells. All sorts of fun stuff. There's my studio dog, Chicky. So now I'm rigging up a stereo left and right for some cymbals to emulate a drum set. Naturally, it'll be panned to the right side because the signal will be stronger on that side.